there's no proper intro to this video. There's nothing. It's even worse than the last one, because I don't know how to properly set up what I'm about to show you. All I can say, is that whoever is responsible for this, whether it was the rules team, whether it was someone who had a really cool idea and sculpted this model, whichever way round this worked, they had to have known. They had to have known. There's no way they didn't know what they were doing when they made this guy, okay? There's no way they didn't know. I refuse to believe it. Look, I'm gonna switch it over. I'm gonna put him on the screen right now. This is the code, right, for the Caradron Overlords, and if they didn't think that the joke I'm about to make wasn't going to be made, then I've lost all faith in Games Workshop's ability to judge anything, okay? Just gotta prepare yourself. Whew. They had to have known that someone was going to see that and immediately say that this is just 40k players bringing all the books they need to play a game. They had to have known. There is no way that they sat down and they talked about this concept and they agreed on what they were going to do without someone going, you know, someone's going to take the piss out of this by saying that this is how most players need to transport their library of books in order to play our product. Come on. Come on. Someone must have said it. Anyway, we should talk about whether we actually like this model or not, as opposed to just I'm losing my mind. So, overall, I mean, honestly, it's kind of a cool idea. It's kind of a cool concept. I quite like the idea. It is very memey, but it is also kind of cool. I mean, I could use this setup. I love reading. I read a lot of books. I would honestly pay for this if this was a thing that was available. If I could walk around the house doing chores whilst having a book open in front of me at all times, I'd be in. I'd be 100% in. The bloke himself looks like he has been in a few wars. Nice big scar across the eye there, and his head is, I don't know, missing chunks of skin. I don't know. Poorly maintained beard, though. That is some bad beard maintenance. I'm no good at beard maintenance. Mine gets wild and overgrown really easily, but that is... He's not even tried to keep it even when he's trimmed it. That's not great. The weird rib trousers I'm not 100% on, but the boots and the chest plate that also forms a cod piece, that's all fine. I do like the padded collars that the Caradron Overlords have got. That's cool. I like that he has his nice set of cream reading gloves. I don't know why they're a different colour to his trousers or something. I feel like it would make more sense if they were the same colour as some other cloth on there, but maybe they thought it'd be too purple if they did it purple. But then again, he's got a black coat, so you could have gone with black. Instead, it looks like he has special reading gloves, which I don't know whether I like that or not. I think I do, but mostly because it's ridiculous if it is true. The actual books themselves are really nicely detailed. I like them a lot. His big dwarf face loudspeaker things are also excellent, if a bit silly. I mean, quite often the big dwarf face things on the Caradron Overlord stuff I find to be a bit silly, but I also love them at the same time, so it's okay. Effectively, the Caradron code is so long and convoluted and ridiculous that you need someone who is an absolute complete expert following their fleets around or attached to their fleets in order to make sure that they do everything by the book. Which honestly is pretty damn cool. I like that a lot. They are quite literal rules lawyers eager to convince everyone else that their interpretation of the code is the right one. Now, if we go down to the bottom of the page and that little star there doesn't have some sort of reference to just the people who play Games Workshop games or just tabletop games in general, I will be incredibly disappointed because it is right there for the taking. It's not even a stretch. You know what? I've got to know. We're going to go straight down and check, and then we'll come back up and check out the rear view, so to speak. Nope, they failed it. Look at that. Look, it was an open goal. It was an open goal and they missed. If arguments fail, they can still smack someone with a hefty book. There's a reason they call it a battle tome. Okay, it's still a decent joke, but there was an opportunity there for them to just outright insult their own customers. And why wouldn't you do that if you have the opportunity to do so? It's really weird that no one's ever hired me to do PR for their company, isn't it? Anyway, the rear view, we've got a traditional Caradron backpack there, but it has got that amazing book system up the top. The only thing that I'm not sure about here is that if you've got one book out, the top rack is still full. Unless they can be like really squished together, I don't know how you put a book back to then take another book out unless he holds the book whilst it gets the new book out, and then he holds the book that it's just got out whilst it puts the previous book back. The filing system is a little bit ambiguous here, and frankly, if we're going to be going for rules lawyery stuff embodied in a single character, you got to take that kind of thing into consideration. Someone's going to overanalyze it and come up with a flaw, which is what I've just done. So you've got to put that out there. Overall, though, it looks hilariously complicated and impractical, so I'm all on board, because when it comes to steampunky dwarf flying stuff, that is the kind of thing that I want to see. Also, the little detail that not only does he have all the books on the shelf, and he's got the books being held in the arms so that he can read from said books, there's also a book in his jacket pocket, because you can never have too many books. I think that's a fair statement to make. What I want to know is, where is the emergency stop button for that power pack? You know, in case it just keeps turning the page, or whacking him in the face with the wrong page, or, you know, where do you turn it off? It could go haywire throwing books at people. I really like it. It's really silly. It's a very, very silly model, but I can't help but love it. It's the right kind of silly. It's just a dude with a load of books. Why is that even a thing? Why have they made that a thing? Why is it a high-tech fantasy dwarf with loads of books? I don't know why it exists, but I'm glad that it does. And I would not say no to more people carrying more books. I say that, I only mean on the tabletop. I don't mean us as people carrying rules to the tabletop. Then that's not what I want to see. I don't want to see it then, but I do want to see it in miniature format. Anyway, the question is, what do you think of this, lad? Let me know in the comments down below. Feel free to really expound on this one, because I feel like it being book themed, the longer the comment, the better. Actually, no, don't do that, because it'll take me literally weeks to read it all if you do. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to click all the things, Patreon, video, subscribe, all that stuff. Click it if you like, don't click if you don't want to. And as always, there's an affiliate link in the description for Element Games, which you can use to support the channel if you'd like. I leave it in your capable hands. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.